The day after Hirsch died, I remember I was talking to some of my friends and they didn't seem very sad about it. But Mr. Hirsch died yesterday, I said to Ira.
Yeah?
Well, what do you mean, yeah? Ira shrugged and spat poorly. The saliva didn't hang together. It sprayed. I was sort of sad about Mr. Hirsch. I kept thinking about him. He was short and bald. I thought he must have been that way all his life. Once, me and my friends were talking about what our parents and other old people we knew must have looked like when they were young. I said, Mr. Hirsch. Everybody cracked up. Me too. Hirsch just wasn't a little child kind of person. He never seemed to shave. We used to kid him about how he never shaved. He was grumpy and unshaven. He wore a dirty old gray jacket in the store, and we all said he must have slept with it on. Unlike Hoffman, who smiled even when we didn't pay, Hirsch frowned when we did pay. Chocolate-covered marshmallow candy with a cherry syrup inside was the best. I remember once I was sitting on the last stool in the candy store reading The Human Torch, and the guy who delivered the candy was talking to Hirsch and Hoffman. I remember now, we used to call him Hoffy. But it was Hirsch who barked at the delivery man in Yiddish, "Don't forget the marshmallow candy, the kids like it." Cherry marshmallow candy was good, all right, but everybody hated Hirsch. Once, Ira's mother forgot to leave him lunch money. He went down to the store. I was with him, and he asked Mr. Hirsch if we could borrow $1. Hirsch really frowned and gave the money. Ira said, "I hate the way he stares." He belched. Ira and I had lunch. After lunch, we came back to the store and used up the money that was left on the marshmallow candy. Hirsch gave us a dirty, dirty look when we gave him back his money. My mother and her best friend Esther were talking about Hirsch once. Esther, who was president of the Ladies' Auxiliary of the synagogue, said Hirsch gave money to charity. My mother said he only gave it away so people would say nice things about him, but that he really didn't want to give it at all. Like I said, nobody, not even my mother, liked Mr. Hirsch. Many years later, at my mother's funeral, I was thinking about Hirsch. Nobody liked my mother much either. She wasn't very nice. But, like I said, this was childhood. Long before we knew from why, the world was simpler then. There were nice people and not so nice people. Simpler, yes, but not so nice for the not so nice people. I stood in the light drizzle at my mother's graveside and I remembered Hirsch. Short and bald man, I said, in an almost childlike voice. Everybody hated you. I don't know what to think about you anymore, Mr. Hirsch. You got the candy we liked, nobody cared. You gave away money, my mother said, show off. I don't hate you, Mr. Hirsch, and I don't like you. But I didn't like them saying all those things about you. You're dead, Hirsch, and so now is my mother. And it was hard to be one of the not-so-nice people in that simple and ugly world of my childhood. You're dead, Hirsch. That's enough.